my axes here because I want to set my spark timing table to the same axes. I like to keep them the same whenever possible. Now this table likely has too many breakpoints. Let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have 3 extra breakpoints here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go and right click. We're going to go to, in this case, remove row. We'll do our row right there. We need to take away 3 rows. Let's right click here, remove row. And let's go in here and paste. Shift Control C. And we'll do the same thing for ignition table 2. Now ignition table 2 is not used for high cam. It's used for the spark timing blending between petrol and ethanol. And we'll talk about that in a second, but we want to make our spark timing table 2 identical in terms of breakpoints to our table 1. So we want our load breakpoints and we want our RPM breakpoints to be the same. We don't want them to be different because we're interpolating between these 2 tables. So again, we're going to have to take away 3 rows right here. So we'll do remove row, do the same thing 3 times to get our breakpoints even. And then we can paste our load axes, Shift Control C, and let's update those changes. Now, what I'm going to do here is idle conditions, 500 to roughly 1250 in here. I'm going to set my values in my table to, let's do 10 degrees. And then if we're up here at high load, we're going to set this at 0 degrees. And then between -8 and 0, we'll do V. We're going to start to dissipate the spark timing down as we go up and load at our low engine speed. Let's do Shift Control C and commit those changes. Now what I'm going to do here for the rest of the table is set this extremely conservative. I'm going to say from negative, let's say 5 and below, I'm going to set this entire table here to 20 degrees. And then at full throttle here, I'm going to set this from -3 and higher at something like 10 degrees. I'll explain why I'm doing this in just one second. Now between -3, -5, we'll do V. And then we can go here between 1250 and 2000, and we can go ahead and highlight between and do H. And Shift Control C and commit those changes. Let's copy our table 1 here to our table 2. We want those identical. Okay. And let's talk about why I've made these changes. So we need to go start off with calibrating our airflow model and getting our fueling dialed in. We don't want to worry about knock or pre-ignition occurring. So in order to make sure that that's not going to be a factor, we want to have our spark timing reduced in part throttle here. So what we're going to find here is that 20 degrees is a reasonable spark timing in part throttle for driving to drive around to dial in your part throttle cruise. Now, it's not where we need to be at. We're about 10-15 degrees less in spark timing and part throttle where we should be at, but we'll learn how we can calibrate that on our mainline chassis dyno as we go through the calibration process, so you can see how to actually determine what the proper spark timing is in part throttle. And then we have our spark timing here reduced under higher load, full throttle.
Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here. And you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.